Our whole educational process at Cooper Union is aimed at nurturing creativity and innovation. And so there is no question in my mind but that is where Cooper Union will make an extraordinary contribution.
Cooper Union was founded as a place that comes up with completely new and different ideas about how you address problems and how you solve them.
All our classes definitely emphasize that at some point we are going to be in the real world and we are going to be building for someone and things need to happen. But then we're constantly asked to design beyond the obvious.
So the full tuition scholarship is just an amazing opportunity. You know, the only guidelines to get into the school are merit-based.
Once you get into Cooper, we've made a commitment to the student and the student has made a commitment to the school.
Because of that, the students are here to learn. They're not here for any other reason.
We can actually fashion an education that we think will produce the most independent thinker and the most well-rounded student.
The humanities classes are as important as your studio. And you get to explore the same notions and ideas that you explore in your studio, but on a different level.
The school has three parts to it. There's the engineering school, the art school, and the architecture school.
All of our students are intimately invested in studying within their discipline, yet they have the opportunity to break out of those disciplinary bounds and interact with each other.
The chance of being in a place where it's small, so you have these disciplines cross-fertilizing each other was really exciting.
Although the schools are separate, we like to think that there's a dialogue between them. A lot of ideas are nurtured in the spaces between engineering, art, and architecture.
And you start learning not only from your professors, but from the whole environment around you.
There's nothing more important to the future of the city, to the future of the nation, than a highly educated workforce.
I'd certainly like to see engineers in public service. I think it will be great to have senators, congressmen with an engineering background.
I think architects will need to become leaders in understanding what the important questions are to ask.
We're the problem solvers. Our curricula have always been based around an attitude of hands-on. We teach our students to learn by doing. What we do to encourage that is to allow them the opportunity to participate at an extremely high level, to do research with faculty, to participate in hands-on projects which are derived from the real world.
I believe that we have an unequivocal responsibility to ensure that they have the kinds of facilities that will enable them to achieve at the highest level. And the new building is a real manifestation of that. The new building will have, in fact, state-of-the-art laboratory facilities, state-of-the-art audiovisual capabilities, essentially second to none.
I think one of the most exciting things about the new academic building that we frequently forget as we focus on the building as an object is the fact that it is effectively remaking the Cooper Union campus. What the new academic building will allow is for the schools of art, architecture, and engineering to be facing each other. That's a condition, that's a situation that's been missing for 50 years.
When we hired Thom Mayne to be the architect for this building, I talked to him about 4 major criteria that I wanted him to think about in looking at the design of the building. Number 1, of course, we wanted to have state-of-the-art academic facilities. Second is that we have an environment where students can feel inspired and comfortable and happy and motivated. The third thing that I talked to him about was we wanted to bring all of the disciplines together in a way that they haven't been before.
Art studios and engineering laboratories on the same floor, not just in the same building, but sometimes on the same floor. And the opportunities that afford students for interaction, I think, is phenomenal.
We absolutely had to have a sustainable building, a green building, in this great urban setting.
Sustainability, I think, is as vital to the making of architecture as the forces of gravity.
We would like our engineering students to be immersed in a whole culture of green engineering.
How exciting can it be as a student to say, I'm not just going to perform a laboratory experiment, I'm going to set up a laboratory.
Looking to the future, we as a civilization won't be able to survive unless we pay much more attention to the environment, much more attention to energy efficiency.
You have to make steam to generate electricity, and then normally that steam is a waste, but we're going to be using it to heat the building, heat and cool the building.
When you encompass it into the curriculum, it becomes one of the laws of engineering, that these are the things you have to consider.
And one of the core values that we have in our approach to education is to promote a kind of freedom of thought and freedom of expression among students.
In some ways, the new building will not be complete until the students occupy it, because they will be the ones who determine how the building is used, what new activities may emerge there, how they resolve and investigate the intersections between art, architecture, and engineering.
The final criteria was to create a space that would in fact inspire students, a space such that faculty and students, when they woke up in the morning, one of their first thoughts would be, I can't wait to get to that building. I can't wait to get to that new space.